close attention. Because these little white guys with their skateboards are the ones that started all the shit.
So when you burn down this city, you're burning down our community.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy Open Mind, and I wanted to chime in on the discussion that's being had about the two different factions, and that's the two different perspectives. Not factions, but perspectives. There's two perspectives on the riots and the protests and just everything that's happening, this revolution. And I just wanted to speak on those things because I've noticed something, and I don't think either side is hearing the other. So I want to try my best to give some clarity to both sides. So, you got your Keisha Bottoms, Mayor Keisha Bottoms of Atlanta, the Killer Mikes, the people who say, don't destroy where you live. And you got the other perspective that says, burn it all down, fuck it, justice for Floyd, arrest the 4 cops, right? We have two different perspectives on all of this shit that's happening. And I don't think either side is listening to each other. I don't think the one side is compassionate and empathetic about the other side. And I think both of y'all perspectives, removing myself from it because I don't align myself with either side, I'm kind of neutral. I understand both sides. I understand both perspectives as to how they feel and where they come from. So I'm not gonna choose a side myself. I'm not choosing the Keisha Bottoms, Killer Mike people, and I'm not choosing the burn it all down, fuck it people. I'm not choosing either faction. I want to give some clarity because I do understand both sides. And the reason I'm not choosing, I'll get to that before the video ends if I remember to do so, because I might forget. Okay, let's start on the burn it all down side, the burn it all down perspective. Fuck it, burn it all down. We don't own shit anyway. Fuck them. I want to speak for that. Speak on that perspective, those people. Here's why they're saying burn it all down, fuck it. Because they're human. And as a human being, when you get tired of some shit, you're gonna explode. It's in your DNA. Your survival instincts kick in. You reach a boiling point of whatever the fuck. Let's say a female is in an abusive relationship where a man is beating her ass physically. She'll take it and she'll take it and she'll take it until she can't take it no fucking more. And then in the moment that she explodes, people will see her exploding and think that she's the crazy person. Why are you exploding? Why are you slashing that man's tires? Why are you vandalizing that man's car? Why are you showing up to his job and harassing him? Why is this woman acting erratic and belligerent? Because this man's been whooping her ass and she's been too afraid to speak about it. Now she just said, fuck it, I don't care if I die, I don't care how it makes me look, I'm just tired of this abuse, and she reacts. And her reaction isn't very becoming of a human. She looks crazy to those on the outside looking in who don't know the full story of why she's acting like that. And that is the basic perspective of the burn it all down, fuck it people. Fuck this and fuck that, burn it all down people. But here's the thing. Back to the Keisha Bottoms and the Killer Mike perspective people. Back to that perspective. Why should you burn down your own home to get justice for George? So the burn it all down people are not listening to the Killer Mike, Keisha Bottoms people. Just like the Keisha Bottoms, Killer Mike's people ain't listening to the burn it all down people's perspective. Everybody's tunnel vision, looking straight ahead and don't consider everything around. So here's the Killer Mike, Keisha Bottoms perspective and why they're saying what they're saying. Just to break it down, because it's better for somebody to not have taken a side. I can take the neutral position and say what I'm saying. That way I don't look biased. I'm not taking either side. I don't agree or disagree with either side. I just understand why. If that makes any sense. I understand why both sides say what they're saying. Why is Killer Mike, Keisha Bottoms saying, go home, don't destroy, don't burn it up, don't fuck, right? They're saying that because what happened to George Floyd was tragic, is tragic, and those 4 cops need to be arrested and placed in jail, and there need to be protocols set in place to stop this from happening. Yes, to all of those things. That I am in no disagreement with. But what the Keisha Bottoms, Killer Mikes of the world are saying is, we all want the same thing, so why then burn down your house where you live, metaphorically speaking, the businesses around you, because once the smoke clears, where you gonna go grocery shopping at if you burn down the black-owned business? For example, I was having a debate with a family member of mine, and I said these exact words, because I live in Houston. Why burn down the black-owned grocery store in Atlanta, screaming justice for George, and then the next day or the day after, y'all gonna need groceries, right? You're gonna go to the grocery store when the smoke clears. Y'all not gonna be rioting in the streets and protesting every day. You're not gonna protest for 365 days out the year. At some point, y'all gonna stop and y'all gonna go home just because. Not because somebody told you to go home or because you're getting shot at, but simply because you got to go, you ain't sleeping outside. Y'all asses protesting and shit, but y'all not sleeping outside on the curb. You're gonna go home to wherever that is. Apartment, house, wherever you live at, and you're gonna sleep in a bed or on a couch or on a floor, air mattress, wherever you at. You're gonna wake up the next day and you're gonna go back out. But you gotta eat food. You gotta drink liquids. You need soap and deodorant to wash your ass and make yourself smell good. You need cleaning supplies to clean your toilet when you shit. I hope y'all toilets is clean. I hope y'all cleaning them with bleach or some type of disinfectant spray around the toilet seat, inside the toilet, scrubbing it and shit, because that's where you shit and put your ass. These items are on the shelves of black-owned businesses in Atlanta. So as we get justice for George, the supply chain still has to continue. This has nothing to do with capitalism or government or bureaucracy or white supremacy or black power. None of that. It's nothing to do with none of that. Even if you burn it all down, then after the fact, the next day and the day after and the week after, if y'all been going to the black grocery store to buy all of y'all fruits and veggies and supplies and items and food, you burnt it down. Now you have no choice but to go give your money to the Krogers and the Targets and the Walmarts of the world in Atlanta instead of the black-owned business, because that's all there is to go shop at. You gotta eat, you need soap, you need deodorant, you need towels, you need toilet paper. The things that you need that are at Walmart were and are at these black grocery stores. These black establishment businesses that instead of going to Walmart or to Target or to Kroger or to wherever to purchase these things, you go to the black-owned area in Atlanta and purchase these things. Because you're still gonna need those things whether you get justice for George or not. Whether George Floyd gets justice or not, you still have bills to pay. You still need to wash your ass. You still need to eat. You still need to clean your toilets. You know, you still need stuff. Your kids still need stuff. And if we spent all these years building up black businesses in Atlanta, why then will we burn it down to get justice for Floyd? That's the Keisha Bottoms and Killer Mikes of the world's perspective. That's where they're coming from. But the Keisha Mikes and the Killer Mikes, the Keisha Bottoms and the Killer Mikes of the world, y'all need to understand why people are burning shit down. They're not thinking that deeply, Killer Mike and Keisha Bottoms. See, I'm speaking on both sides. I told y'all that I'm not taking no sides. I'm not taking sides. I'm just giving perspective. Keisha Bottoms and Killer Mikes of the world, and those of you who have subscribed to that ideology that I just went into, not that you're wrong, it's just that you need to listen to the other side. Both sides need to listen to each other. Y'all not listening to each other. No side is listening to the other sides and having any empathy for the other side. Both sides have no empathy for each other. The perspectives, I mean. Both perspectives lack the empathy for the other perspective, which then causes us to divide, causes us to dismiss, and breaks up the entire unity that we were trying to build in the first place. Where there will be no more unity because everybody's divided in their thinking. There's a thought process, and everybody has to be on that same thought process. And if they're not on that same thought process, we're going to divide, because that's what humans do. Humans divide when we don't identify with what our surroundings. That's just what happens. So both sides need to listen to each other. Stop arguing. Stop dismissing each other. Stop being dismissive. Stop being condescending. Stop calling each other coons. Stop calling each other savages, ghettos. Stop with the labeling, and stop fighting amongst ourselves. The infighting. This infighting is not getting justice for George. My perspective versus your perspective does not get justice for George. I'm sorry. Arguing whether my perspective is right, whether your perspective is right, who's wrong, who's right in our perspectives, does not force law enforcement to apprehend the 4 cops who killed him and lock them up for trial. Us arguing and bickering amongst ourselves does not get the justice for George. Killer Mike and Keisha Bottoms thinking and the burn it all down thinking does not get justice for George. When we sit down and listen and discuss things without arguing, that's why we find the justice. We know what we want, we just don't know how to go about getting it because we too busy arguing. We arguing. I'm right, you wrong. You wrong, I'm right. You right, I'm wrong. That's bullshit. The ego says, if it ain't what I want it to be, I don't want to be bothered with it. The ego does not want to learn. The ego does not want to be corrected, want to be challenged. It's getting to the point where it's not even about George Floyd anymore. It's not even about Ahmaud Arbery. It's not even about police brutality. It's getting to the point where people just want to be right. That's where it's getting to. A man dies tragically in front of our face on camera on the internet, and everybody wants to be right about the situation. I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. Because that's wrong. Everybody wants to be the one that says the thing that needs to be said for the moment. Everybody want to be that person. No justice has been gotten for none of these previous deaths. We televised it. We live streamed about it. We got the clicks and views about it, but no justice came of it. So if I take a side, because I'm really not taking sides, but if you want to just put a label on me anyway, because that's just what people do, even though you tell them who you are, they still label you with a different label than you gave them. I'm the person who just wants the solution and the problem to be solved. Give me the solution, and let's go ahead with the solution and solve the problem so we won't have a problem again. I want to stop the police brutality with a solution. Whatever that solution is, hey, invite me to the live stream and we all can fucking talk. I got some great ideas, but I ain't got all the ideas. I don't know everything. But it's better for us to have a solution and have a plan of action than for us to just argue amongst ourselves about who's right. Who's the alpha female? Who's the alpha male? Who is the leader of the movement? Who's leading the charge? People just want these accolades, and it's like, You have to be able to look at person, no matter how passionate they look, no matter how passionate they sound, how many colorful words they're using. Some people use the deaths and tragedies of others to uplift themselves. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the hero. I got justice for George Floyd, my damn self. See, I came on my platform and I got justice for George. I got justice for Trayvon Martin. I got justice for me. Somebody die. Me. Some fucked up shit happened. Me. Come look at me. Come to my platform and look at what I'm doing about this. So who am I? The person I am is, I just want the problem to go away. That's all I want to do. What's the solution to the problem? Who do we need to talk to get that solution implemented? What government officials need to do what? You know, whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter to me. Let's talk about the solution instead of talking about who's right and who's wrong. I understand why people are burning shit down, and I understand why people are asking other people to quit burning shit down. I understand both perspectives, and I don't have an opinion on either perspective, like whether they're right or wrong. My perspective, if I have a perspective, is what's the solution? Because I don't want to argue with people about my perspective. My perspective doesn't matter if I have a perspective. I don't really have one because there's too much shit going on. Every day is some new shit. You can't have a perspective. There's no way to really settle into a perspective because the next day perception changes. Some shit happened and then changes the narrative. So it's best to stay neutral and wait and don't give an opinion on shit because everything's in the moment. But I implore everybody to quit arguing, quit the fighting. Infighting, arguing, who got the most followers, who got the least amount of followers, who's credible, who's not credible. Look, man, the country going through a fucking crisis. Like this whole world, this planet, man, this whole planet, we going through some crazy shit right now that none of us know what tomorrow gonna bring. Like none of us know if any of us gonna wake up tomorrow or the day after or see next week or even next year. We don't know. We are uncertain. We got a whole virus out here trying to kill us. We out here killing each other. We burning shit down. The world is not ending. We're just destroying it ourselves. We're destroying the world. If the world was ending, we would see fire in the sky. There's nothing coming out of space that's landing on this planet trying to destroy us. If you look around, we're destroying ourselves. We're annihilating each other. There is no Armageddon, a meteor falling out the sky and setting fire to the earth. That's not what's happening. What's happening is we're setting fire to the earth. We're individually lighting flames and setting shit on fire. And we're creating the Armageddon with our actions. Rightfully so. I mean, we have reason to. I'm not beating nobody down for being human. I understand it. I understand why. So therefore, I don't have to judge. It's like, all right, I understand people crazy. People not, and it's not that they're crazy. They're human. Can't say crazy. They are human. Human beings in a survivalistic mentality will act irrational. Will act like they're going through scarcity. They're going to rob, they're going to kill, they're going to loot. They might not normally do it in a normal setting, but it's survival. It's like, if I don't eat, I'm going to die. I don't mean to hurt you or harm you or rob you, but I can't get nowhere else. I can't go nowhere else and get it. I ain't got no money. I got to take it. If there was a way for them to get it without having to rob and steal it, they would do it that way. Most people. You know, most people aren't inherently evil and shit. Evil comes with life as you grow up and start to see shit. Inherently, we're good people. Inherently. You know, we got our selfishness about us, but inherently, if you just put us in an area where we don't have to compete, we'll just be regular humans. We'll just go to the store normally, help out normally. We'll just be as the best people we can be. It's going to be some bad apples because human nature. But I understand why people burning shit down. And I understand why people are asking people to stop burning shit down. I get it. But the question is, do y'all get it? Will both sides listen to each other? That's all I'm saying. I listen to the burn it down people, and I listen to the don't burn it down people. I hear both sides. Both sides are right. That's possible. Thanks to Karen Hunter. Shout out to Karen Hunter, as she had to educate me on something, as I commented under one of her videos expressing my disdain for somebody she had put up. But she had to bring me back and say, hey, it's possible for two things to be right. You are right, open mind, and so is my guest. Because I disagreed with something her guest said on a show some time ago, and I just never forgot when she said to me, nobody's ever said that, ever thought about it like that. It is possible for two people to be right at the same time, but their perspectives aren't the same. The Killer Mikes and the Keisha Bottoms are right. The My Son Generals and the Burn It Down people are right. They're right. My Son the General is right. Keisha and Killer Mike are right. They're both right. They not wrong. I mean, if you watch My Son the General's IG Live, listen to it in its entirety, you can't tell me he said anything wrong that you can't disagree with him. But you can also tell me you watched Killer Mike and Keisha Bottoms press conference and disagree with them too. You telling me they wrong for saying don't burn shit down that you built? You know, I did hear My Son say, but they never mentioned the rest of the four cops. Yes, they did. He just didn't say it at the press conference on that clip that you watched. Killer Mike, Keisha Bottoms, and all the other high-level officials have signaled that they want all four of those officers arrested and brought up on charges. The mayor of Minneapolis, Minnesota said he wanted those four cops arrested. Maybe My Son hadn't heard him say that yet before he made the video. That's possible. I have put a video out, and then the day after, everything I said on the video is like, okay, well, goddamn, that just made my video look crazy. It's possible for shit to happen after you put your video up. You post your video speaking on some shit, and then as soon as you post your fucking video, some new shit happened, and you ain't got time to, to speak on it. And you can't go back and correct the video that you've already posted. So I'm not beating My Son the General down. I'm just saying it's possible for two perspectives to be right. That's possible. That way, knowing that information, that little small tidbit of information, that it is possible for two people to be right even though their perspectives are not the same, that way we can quit arguing now. Can we stop arguing now? Can we stop fighting amongst ourselves? Burn it down, people. You right. Burn that shit down. Fuck it. Black people don't own shit anyway. Fuck it. Killer Mikes and Keisha Bottoms of the world, you right. We shouldn't burn shit down. See what I'm saying? We're both right. So let it go, people. It's your boy Open Mind, dropping truth bombs. Just wanted to speak on that because I'm seeing a division that does not need to happen. At this time, this is not the time for us to divide right now. This is not the time for us to be dismissive and distant and, well, you don't agree with my perception, so I'm not going to talk to you. You're not part of my clique. You're not part of the in crowd because you don't agree with us. Nah, we don't have time for that shit, yo. That shit, that childish high school mentality shit where you're not a part of this crowd of us because you don't wear the same fucking hats we wear, some dumb shit. Just the childish mentality that a person can't have their individual thoughts that don't necessarily line up with yours does not mean that y'all not on the same side. We all want the same thing. We all want justice for George. We all want police to stop killing people in the streets, black people. We all want some equality in this country. We all want a fair shake. We all want the same things. We just have different roads we take to get there. It's your boy Open Mind, dropping truth bombs. Creator bless y'all. Get money. And the revolution has been televised. Deuces.